I'm Captain Laurel Clark, and I'm with the ACC, which is Air Combat Command East Coast F-15 demonstration team. The F-15 that we're flying today is aircraft 83017, which was actually the aircraft that shot down Mirage F-1 in the Gulf War. And you can see that here if you look on the aircraft, right here underneath. Fortunately, I was not the guy flying it at the time, but you can see it's got a green star paint on here as a Mirage F-1.
Had Captain Clark been able to take off for you today, he would have lit the afterburners and immediately pulled into the vertical climb. He would now simulate that maneuver by flying down the runway at takeoff speed, raising his landing gear and exploding into the vertical.
When the Air Force initially designed and asked for proposals for this plane, McDonnell Douglas looked at the proposal, said that, understand you want a radar that can see another aircraft how far away? The Air Force said about this far away. And it says, well, you need a radome about this big around to do that. Well, if you'll look, that is this big around. So because of this size radome, this is what makes the F-15 a weapon here. Because of this radome, the general rule of thumb, wind up with an aircraft about 64 feet long and about 45 feet wide.
The F-15 is designed and built for air superiority. It can fire 8 radar-guided, heat-seeking air-to-air missiles.
In conjunction with the 8 missiles, we have right up here the gun. I'm sure you've all seen the John Wayne movie with his Gatling gun going down the river. This is basically the same kind of Gatling gun. 6 barrels, 20mm bullets. It will shoot 6,000 bullets a minute, 100 bullets a second.
Captain Clark is now repositioning his aircraft for the next maneuver, the exacting 4-point roll.
The internal fuel, the range of this aircraft is about 1,000 miles, and it can fly about 2 hours and 15 minutes. However, if you put an external fuel tank on a pylon right underneath the wing, one underneath the middle, and one on the other wing, you increase the fuel load by another 13,000 pounds of fuel, which is about another 2,000 gallons. You increase the range on it another almost 1,000 miles, as well as the time about another hour and a half. As complex as these motors are, they're actually very simple in the way that they're put in the aircraft. In fact, a qualified experienced crew chief and a helper can change this motor out, another motor in about an hour.
To demonstrate this low-speed handling, Captain Clark will now decelerate for a low and slow pass in the landing configuration. While the F-15 is a top performer at more than twice the speed of sound, watch how precisely it maneuvers as it's rolled from side to side during the low-speed pass.
The afterburner spray rings in here, which give you about 40% more thrust, cost you 4 times as much gas. A fuel flow rate on these in full blower can run on the order of 400 to 500 gallons a minute. It's never routine. It's indescribable the way that it feels to fly the aircraft. If you scuba dive, you probably have the sense of a 3-dimensional freedom. You can go up, down, left, right, forward and back anytime you want to. It's a pretty good kick in the pants.